Hello, we're going to paint a background on this piece of paper today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write our first Mrs. and our last, mine would be Mertz, on our paper. You write your first and last name and flip. Okay, then you are going to need a bigger brush because we're going to paint kind of quickly on this, and we're just laying in a background, and then we're going to lay an animal on top of it. All right, so my color that I wanted was an icy blue color. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of this blue, mix it in with the white, and I'm going to leave some white over here. And I'm also gonna take some of this, oh gosh, come on brain, turquoise. And I'm just gonna lay it on this paper. And I'm gonna go all the way to the edge. And you know what else I need is some water. And the water is just going to kind of get it moving a little better, because sometimes tempera paint can get a little like sticky and gummy. And then I'm gonna add just a little more white, just so it's not solid blue. And I'm gonna move my paper so I don't have to wipe my paper. Water. Yeah, try not to make your background just one color. And don't put it on super thick. Keep it watery. Move it around. Okay, I'm gonna move my paper down a little bit. Okay, so looking at this, it's not all the same color. I got some dark, I got some light, all right? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take some packing stuff, and I'm gonna get my brush clean. And I have a little white left over here, so I'm just gonna paint white on my packing. There we go. And my animal's going in the middle, so I don't really want to do anything in the middle. I want to do some stuff on the edges. So I'm just going to put this on and peel. Put it on and peel. Am I painting each time? No, I'm not. Okay, then I'm gonna get my toothbrush out. Now this is not my toothbrush I used this morning. This is just an old toothbrush that I've had forever in my art department. And I'm going to take and just put it in my color that is the darkest color I have. So if it's red, or it's probably either gonna be red or blue, okay? And I'm gonna take my finger on the bottom of it like I'm saying, come here, come here. And I'm holding it in the palm of my hand. And I'm just going to spray a little bit. And again, I think I'm gonna get this wet. It's not moving very good. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Ooh. All right, just need a little water. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so now I'm done. And I want to let this dry. And now what I'm going to do is get online, and I'm going to type in, oh, blue finger. I'm going to type in whatever animal I want to draw, okay? And I'm going to put it in a Word document and make it as big as I can. And then I'm going to send it to the printer and print it off in black and white. Okay, all right, so I'm going to take this to the dry rack. Thanks for watching. All right, here we are, day 2, and my paper is dry that I painted yesterday, and I have my pencil and I have my printout, and my printout is as big as I can get it. If you have a very tiny printout, like the size of your palm, it's just not gonna be very good. You might be able to like repeat it maybe or something, but you want it to be so big that when you put your hand on it, you still see it. All right, because that's the size of our paper. All right, so there's a couple ways we can get this on to this paper. So we could draw it with our pencil, but that's really not why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want to paint. So there's a couple ways you can transfer it. So the first way is to take your pencil, color all over the back of it, put it on here, trace it. All right, I tried that and I don't really see my pencil lines very well. Maybe it's because my paper's blue, darker, I don't know. So second thing, I'm gonna get this stuff called carbon paper. And carbon paper is, it was used to, with typewriters a long time ago, but artists still use it. And so there's two sides to the carbon paper. There's the printed side like this, and then there's the non-printed side like this. This is the side that will transfer. So I want this to be where I want my image to go. Now, if you do this backwards, it's gonna end up on the back of this, and that's okay too. You just do it twice. All right, so I'm putting my orangutan where I want it to go, and I'm tracing. Okay, now I'm keeping my fingers on this so that if I miss something, I can just put it back over. If you take it off, you'll lose where you are, and then that's frustrating. So I'm looking at this. Yep, there it is, and I forgot the hand. Oops. How's he? Okay, let's look at this again and make sure I got it all. I think I forgot this line right here. I think I got it all here. Okay, so here's my orangutan, and I'm going to make him sitting on the ground. And so I'm gonna make kind of a line here and here, and then this is gonna be different than this. I'm gonna leave this as my background up here. Okay, so got that. All right, so now, do I need this anymore? Not really. I'm gonna give this back to me. That's weird. And just gets reused. Okay, so don't need this. I mean, I could keep it if I want, whatever. Okay, so, oh, I forgot his little nosums holes. There, that's what it was missing. Okay, so now most animals are brown. How do I make brown? Well, what I'm gonna do is I've got white, I've got a lot of yellow, little blue, little red. So I'm not making brown for you. You have to make your own brown. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, and mix it into the yellow. And that's going to give me brown. Now, if your brown looks too green, that means you don't have enough red. If your brown looks too orange, that means you don't have enough blue, okay? Now, if I wanted to paint this, just this brown color, I could. Now, I could make a tint of the brown by mixing it into the white for like the light spots. And orangutans are kind of orangey brown, so I'm gonna put more red into my brown to make it more of an orangey brown. There, I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna start painting. So, oh yeah, that's a perfect orangutan color. And you know what, now that I'm painting this, I think I am gonna keep my thing because I've got some stuff that I'm gonna paint over. And this is just gonna be the base coat of my painting. And I need to check, because I think maybe the paws, I don't know if maybe they're more orange, less orange. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna kind of paint around them. And then I'll continue painting, but I think you get the idea. All right, so let's transfer our pictures. Good job. Thanks for listening. All right, so painters, I have my animal pretty much done. I've got the base coat that I showed you before. I put in some tinting, so that's brown in the white for like the light parts here. And then I know this looks like black, but it's not. It's just a super dark bluish brown color for the shadowy areas. So I have, you know, all the detail I want on him. But, well, and then I put in the floor here because he has to be sitting on a floor. So I just chose blue because I felt like it, you know, kind of worked together, and he's really orange. So, you know, orange and blue are complementary colors. So they're like across from each other on the color wheel, just like red and green and yellow and purple are. And so these are really bright next to each other. All right, so I have a lot of room here and it's like, kind of boring. And so I think I need to do something. So I was thinking about, okay, what could I put with an orangutan? And so I thought, you know what? I think I'm gonna put some bananas. And so before I put the bananas on, I wanna put a little shadow underneath my guy or girl, whatever it is. And so I'm gonna mix up some brown over here. And I'm gonna try to make a nice dark brown. There we go, I like that color. Okay, and so I'm just gonna come in here and just kinda put in some shadowy kind of stuff. Let me move so you can see better here. Darn old left hand. Okay, so I'm just putting some shadowy stuff kind of around him. Now, would I put the bananas on first? No, because I got stuff under the bananas like shadows. So I'm just kind of darkening. Now, could I use black? I could, but I think the brown just looks a lot more natural. I could use blue, maybe a purple, you know, because it would be nice and dark. But I think with the orangutan, I think the brown works. Okay, so I'm just kind of grounding him with the darker color underneath of him. Maybe he's sitting in a pile of his dung. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, no, it'll look like a shadow when I'm done. So get a little water, just so I can kind of spread this out a little bit. I'm sorry for the squeakies. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Kind of blend it. Blend it. All right, now, for the bananas, you know, I'm putting the bananas on because I think, you know, that would be kind of fun for him or her. And I think, you know, I definitely have the space. It's there's a lot of space at the bottom of this. There we go. Let that dry up a little bit. Okay, so, yeah. I think I'm gonna put I'm gonna put some bananas on here. Now, I need this to dry really good. And I think I'm gonna have him holding a banana, or maybe, yeah, I think I'm gonna have him holding a banana here. That will tie it together. So I could just use yellow, but usually yellow is a little translucent, and so I'm gonna mix it into the white to make it a little more opaque so that it covers better. There we go. And you know, yellow is so light anyway. All right, so I think I'm gonna have the stem of the banana right here. There we go. And then I'm gonna have the bottom of the banana down here. I had a banana for breakfast this morning. Isn't that weird? Maybe I was subconsciously thinking about finishing this painting. I have a friend and she likes her bananas really ripe. Ugh, so gross. I like them nice and yellow. There we go. So she's holding her banana. Okay, so I got my banana peels done and they look like they're kind of floating, and so I'm gonna put a little shadow under them, kind of like I did with the animal, and that will help kind of ground them down a little bit.